Yo, what's up, guys? Solid game tonight between the Leafs and Florida Panthers tonight. Playoff type atmosphere. You want to know why it's a playoff type atmosphere? Because the Leafs end up losing this game 3-2 to the Florida Panthers, guys. Ironic, isn't it? You know what I mean, guys? Honestly, tonight's game we all know had a lot riding on it. Of course, obviously with the Toronto Maple Leafs being 2 points back of the Panthers coming into this game. With the Panthers losing to Boston, you had Tampa Bay losing to Boston as well a couple nights before. Big opportunity for the Maple Leafs, after squeaking away with that shootout win against Utah a couple nights ago. You have a massive opportunity to tie Florida in points. Tampa lost to the Flyers tonight. The game starts off amazing. Max Domi lays out Carter Verhaeghe. And then after, he gets into a fight. It was beautiful to see the first 5 minutes of the game. But then the Leafs petered off. Of course, Florida showing their dominance and starting imposing their will, started dictating play. Of course, we saw Oliver Ekman-Larsson take a stupid penalty, obviously, after a whistle, which should have been blown a lot earlier, obviously, of course. But obviously, the refs don't blow the whistle. Then we obviously see Florida with the power play. And Sam Bennett, of course, ties the game up 1-1 near the end of the first period. The Leafs disappeared after that Max Domi fight. Florida really started playing a lot better than the Leafs in that first period. Shit that really worried me, guys. Times that I saw multiple years in the playoffs, Leafs disappearing for multiple times in the game. It's happened a lot of times in the regular season, of course, but we're getting close to the playoffs, and these are the type of games here that I like to test the Leafs on. And this was one game here that showed me a lot of worrying signs. Now, in the second period, obviously a lot more tight defensively, of course. But then once again, the Leafs shoot themselves in the foot with a too many men penalty. And of course, Florida once again, they make him bite him in the ass again. Florida scored again on another power play, of course. Obviously they took a 2-1 lead before, and then Bennett obviously made it 3-1. You know what I mean, guys? Like, too many times with the Leafs this year and in the playoffs in the past, this is what I would see. Shooting themselves in the foot, the other team dominating play, especially on home ice. Once again, the Leafs doing stupid shit, taking dumb penalties, not seizing the opportunity when they have it, and then once again, Florida, being the defending Stanley Cup champions, imposed their will, taking a 3-1 lead in the second intermission, and then the third period, guys, listen, I'm going to give the Leafs some credit. They tried to battle, they obviously hit 2 posts on the power play there, Domi got one back, made it 3-2, but then that's all she wrote. Florida said, that's it, we're shutting it down, they're not getting another goal. Bobrovsky, he was good at the end of the third period. Then Florida, like I said, guys, they showed their championship pedigree, and they found ways to shut the Leafs down and get the 2 points. Once again, Austin Matthews pedestrian, Knies in his line as well with Marner. They were pedestrian. Again, second straight game in a row now that line has not had a solid game. Of course, I thought Willie had a great, decent game, but he had a great pass to John for the first goal. That was a beautiful pass. Scott Laughton, He's had a tough time these first few games as a Toronto Maple Leaf. I think he's feeling a little bit of pressure. He just wants to do so well for the team. And he's making a lot of mistakes, especially on one of the goals there where he had the puck at the blue line. That he's got to get that puck out. Seth Jones was able to keep it in play there with the puck, and then Mikla, I think, was the one who scored it there. So that shit can't happen, guys. That shit cannot happen in the playoffs, honestly. And then, you got a guy like Max Domi, who I thought had a solid game, and then he's saying things like, oh, it doesn't matter who we play in the playoffs. Really? So if you had to play Tampa or Florida, it wouldn't make a difference between playing a Columbus or an Ottawa. And listen to me, those teams, they've busted the Leafs' chops all year. They're not easy opponents either. But those teams there, Tampa and Florida, are a lot more tougher than Ottawa and Columbus, obviously. And he's saying it doesn't matter. We all know that the Leafs don't have that luxury of saying, oh, we can play anybody and we're not scared of them. No, that's not the case at all. But once again tonight, the Leafs' big boys did not do enough to get the win tonight, obviously, and that's the problem here again, guys. The big boys, once again, pedestrian, nowhere to be found. It's like, why? Why does this team continuously struggle when it comes to important wins and important matchups? I don't understand. Like, I get it, they play Florida 2 more times, but now you got a 4-point gap in the division. Okay? So now you really put yourselves in a difficult position. Tampa Bay's right behind you, even though they lost that, they got a point. Ottawa's playing really well as of late, and we play them next. Really difficult games coming up, guys. Calgary, Colorado. Calgary's playing for a wildcard spot. Colorado's playing for positioning. These teams here are going to be giving the Leafs their best. All right, and we saw Colorado, what they did the other night to the Leafs on Saturday night. The Leafs had a 4-2 lead. Colorado came back and beat them 7-4. We saw what happened, guys. All right, this game here showed me a lot of negative signs that I'm going to see in the playoffs, guys. I swear to God, honestly, the Leafs better shore this shit up. I know they had a long road trip, and they were tired at the end of it. I get that. But too many negatives in this game today, guys, where I'm like, you got to fix that. You got to fix this. You got to shoot more on net. You got to prevent stupid penalties. Too many times the Leafs shot themselves in the foot in this game. I get it. It's game like 66 or whatever. It don't matter. We're getting close to the playoffs now. These habits got to go. Bad habits got to go. Good habits need to stay. You just got Tanev back tonight after a 6-game absence. I get it. It's his first game back. Brandon Carlo and Riley, they haven't really meshed well. Morgan Riley's another guy that, I'm telling you now, Leafs don't get out of the second round or get out of the first. I want that guy gone. I don't care if it's a no move or not. You got to try to get rid of him. You have to try to move pieces if this team again fails in the playoffs, guys. Especially to this Florida Panthers team, guys. I just don't see how the Leafs can beat this team again this year. They had no Kachuk, Marchand, and Ekblad, guys. They didn't have those three, and we still lost. What makes you think we're beating them in a 7-game series? I don't know. Listen, I'll try to be optimistic when the playoffs come around. I want the Leafs to win desperately, more than anybody. But it's the writings on the wall here. We've been seeing this for 9 straight years. The Florida Panthers just look ready to go for April. And I'm watching the Leafs again, chasing the hockey game, letting Florida take a 2-goal lead, finding spaces on the power play, getting into the Leafs zone so easily. Like, it's just too many things that I see the Panthers do right, and the Leafs don't do enough of the things the Panthers do to win hockey games, guys. It's just, like in Florida, I'll hit the Leafs 40-24, 40-24, 16 more hits. Guys, when the playoffs come around, we all know how important that is for playoff hockey, guys. Being physical, imposing your will. And this game here, Florida showed the Leafs, hey, guys, you want to beat us? We're the champs. To be the champs, you got to beat them. And I don't know if the Leafs have enough, guys. I honestly don't. Like Florida, like I said, they didn't have 3 of their best players. And they still got Reinhart, Barkov, okay, just to name a few guys, all right? Like, I'm telling you guys, buckle up again for the playoffs this year, because what I saw tonight worries me for April, worries me dramatically. I don't care if they get out of the first round. You got to get to a conference final minimum to keep this core intact. Minimum. If not, wholesale changes need to be made regarding this hockey team. Wholesale changes. And Austin Matthews, we know he's playing hurt. It's very evident he's playing injured. You know what I mean, guys? Like, the guy is a shell of himself right now. You can see in his play. He had some chances tonight. But most of the time, guys, when Austin Matthews has opportunities, he buries them. He's not burying them right now. It's very clear to see, guys. You know what I mean? So, guys, tough loss for the Leafs tonight. Florida got a 4-point lead on the Leafs now. Sure, the Leafs have an opportunity. They play Florida 2 more times. They could crawl back and get first. But we all know how vital first in the Atlantic is this year, guys, to avoid playing a team like Florida and Tampa. And now the Leafs have a 4-point deficit on their hands. You know, Tampa's right behind them. Ottawa's as well. So the Leafs got to get back to winning ways, guys. They've been struggling as of late. You know, they almost blew that game to Utah. You know, the games against Vegas and Colorado were ugly. The San Jose game was ugly. Sure, they had all these games out on the road. They've been playing in so many different places. We understand that. 4 different time zones. But, guys, you're professional athletes. You got to find a way to win hockey games. And when the playoffs matter, guys, you got to find a way to get wins, guys. And unfortunately, once again tonight, the Leafs did not find a way to win this hockey game, guys. But, guys, that's it for this video today. Thank you very much for watching. As always, guys, like this video. Subscribe if you guys want to see more content. Go Leafs, go as always, right, guys? And remember, if you did not watch sports, you're more. Ciao, guys.